Thanks Samyang Foods for sponsoring this video. And these are the star of today's show. 3 beautiful New York strips, 1.5 inches thick and just beautiful steaks. Now since this is an experiment, here's how it's gonna go down. First, I'm gonna be seasoning them with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Because once I was done with the seasoning, they are now ready to dry brine. What that means is that the salt will penetrate deeply into the meat. And to do that, all I have to do is to let it rest in the refrigerator. As that was happening, I don't know about you, but I love noodles. A lot of times, whenever I want something quick, instant noodles are just awesome. And for today's cook, I'm going to be trying a flavor I've never had before. Check it out, habanero lime. That just sounds amazing. Should be a little bit spicy and also delicious. So in order to make the noodle steak, the first thing I needed to find out was the texture of these noodles. When I open it up, take a look. Even though it looks like a normal noodle you've seen, but if you take a closer look, you can tell a little bit of the differences. It's very airy and a different texture I'm not used to. This seasoning package comes with this, a lot of good vegetables. A closer look reveals that everything is dehydrated, which is a good way to impact a lot of flavor in a small package. Now the sauce, on the other hand, this is what it looks like. I can tell you already, this thing is spicy. Now to cook them, you already know how easy it is. All you gotta do is throw it in some boiling water for 5 minutes. Once the noodles are fully soft and cooked, I like to drain all of the water, then put it on a separate bowl, sprinkle all of the dehydrated seasoning package, mix it well, and add that spicy sauce. Mix it once again, because the noodles are done. Does not get any easier than that. And as you can see, these noodles look delicious. Now the big question is, how do they taste? Well, let's find out right now.
Woo! That kick is strong.
Definitely a little bit spicy.
I really like the flavor though. It has extraordinary spice with big zest.
It's tasty, I like it. And it's giving me a run for my money, I'm not gonna lie.
It's really tasty, guys. I'm going for more. This is so good.
I could have not said any better. Check out the new habanero lime flavor of Bulldog at your nearby H-Mart. And see the link on the description to follow Samyang Foods Instagram page to learn more about their products. Thanks again Samyang Foods for sponsoring this video. Because yep, those noodles, the way they're supposed to be cooked, they are tasty. However, I'm gonna show you how we can combine it with steaks. And the first thing we need to do is to start off with an incredible side dish. And to do it, it's super easy, and here's how. After fully cooking the noodles, I went ahead and chopped it up. Then into a 400 degrees Fahrenheit, I fried them. Now here's where things gets really interesting. The longer you fry them, the different flavors they will have. Also different coloration. Let me show you what I mean. You see, this is what they look like when they were done. You see these little bubbles that are created throughout the noodles? That is what makes it even better. The longer you fry them, the sweeter they get. You can play around and see whichever one is best for you. For me, the middle one was just perfect. This is an easy snack, and I can guarantee you anyone will love it. However, you can't throw the seasoning package away. To make a dipping sauce, it is ridiculously easy. All you gotta do is combine a little bit of milk, then add both of the packages, and whisk it really good until it becomes the consistency that you're happy with. That is how easy it is to make an incredible dipping sauce. As this is not only our side dish for today, but also our dipping sauce for the steak. Talking about that, by this time, the salt is completely gone. Now for the noodle steak, we have to do a 3-step process. First, we go into the flour, then into the egg wash, and the last one into the noodles. Now I did run the whole thing into the food processor first. I wanted to chop it up as small as I could without pulverizing. This was the consistency I chose, because once I was done with the breading, this is what it looks like. It is now ready to be fried. First, I'll deep fry it in 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then in the end, I'll be cooking it in indirect heat until I reach the internal temperature of 135. It gives me the best of both worlds, a deep fried steak and a nice charcoaly flavor. Now for the second steak, we're going to be doing something different. I'll just be making a compound butter. Into the food processor, I threw in some room temperature butter, followed by the sauce, and of course the vegetable package. Blend everything on high, put it in a clean plastic, let it sit in my refrigerator so that it can solidify. As once it's done, this is habanero lime compound butter. As the only thing left to do is to put this on the steak once it's fully cooked. Talking about that, the only thing left is to go ahead and cook the steaks. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook them, so let's do it. All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful feast, everybody.
Hey man, that one looks pretty interesting over there.
For the first time in a little bit, because the last few things you've been feeding us, Guga, have been some nasty stuff.
There's some weird stuff going on.
The last time I was here, I literally ate.
That video did not come out yet, everybody. You just wait. You just wait. That video is coming. So why are you giving spoiler alert?
Oh, they won't know. That's gonna be a beep.
No, look, I hope this gets cut so that way it gets wiped from everyone's memory banks. I don't want that going down in the history books, all right?
Oh, I'm always gonna remember that.
If you have not checked out my second channel, Sous Vide Everything, you should check it out because there we sous vide.
Come on, Leo. Everything. We sous vide everything.
Listen, enough talking. Let's give this a go. All right, as you can see, we got a little noodle steak over here. Super excited about this because that's where I got the idea from. You guys know what this is, right? It's fried noodles.
That sounds good.
You know what? I want you to try it.
We're gonna start?
You will try it right here with a little side dish. I don't know if we should call this side dish or if we should call this appetizer. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's two dipping sauces. This dipping sauces might be familiar to you guys because you actually had it a little earlier. Should be a little spicy, a little tasty. So let's give it a go.
Hopefully not as spicy as those noodles were.
All right, enough. Let's give this a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
This is so creative, so unique. I love the balance of flavors and textures.
Listen, if you've never fried noodles, everybody, I highly recommend. Super crunchy.
It's a very airy crunch.
Yeah.
It's almost like a chip.
But not at all greasy. That's my favorite part.
Not at all, no.
Super nice.
The actual like ramen with that seasoning was way hotter than this dipping sauce.
Oh yeah? The dipping sauce is milder, right?
Yeah, dipping sauce a little bit more mild.
Because I made it with a little bit of milk. Highly recommend doing this. Super easy to do and delicious. So here's the deal. As you can see, we got 3 steaks. I really just want to know which one is better overall. Sounds like a plan?
We can do that.
Enough talking, let's go for it. Okay, let's go for the very first one. Leo, oh my God, it's glistening, everybody. I don't know if you can tell. When the steaks are glistening.
My belly is a listening.
Enough talking, let's give this a go on because I can't hold it anymore, everybody. Let's see. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's definitely the control, but damn, I haven't had a good control in a minute.
Like when I start bending my wrist, that means something.
Oh my God, I love it.
Leo, you should dip in the sauce.
Angel, that is a great idea. I'm gonna do that right now.
I think so too.
Damn.
You said dip and I dunked.
Yeah, this sauce is delicious, everybody. 100% flavor. The spiciness did tone down a little bit, like you said.
A little bit, yeah.
But look at that. Enough talking. Let's give it a go.
Oh, I already went.
Oh, you went? How is it?
It's so creamy, so you get all the beautiful steak flavors and texture, and it just has a whole nother layer of complexity to it because the sauce makes it nice and creamy, spicy. You still get some of that acidity. It's perfect, guys.
Damn, that is delicious. I gotta tell you that right now. Let's go for the second one. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
It's looking tender.
It smells so good.
Very second steak. Let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, come on.
Oh man,
Oh, that's so creamy.
that's really good.
It's juicy. It's creamy.
It's so creamy.
It's like got charcoal. It's got what does this not have?
10 out of 10. Will highly recommend this one right here.
I'm not sure what you did to it, but my favorite part about it is whatever this kind of sauce that you put on it, it almost combines with the steak juices and that sauce fuse together and they make something that is so delicious.
100% agree. Now, I'll tell you right away what I did with it. I made a compound butter with all the spices and also the sauce.
This is giving the control a big run for its money.
Okay, enough talking. Let's go for it because this crust is calling my name, everybody. You guys already know what I did with this, right?
If I just grab this and put it on the control, I think it might be the same effect.
Exactly. You know, I deep fried with it. Here, deep fried it alone, and here I actually deep fried the whole thing together.
This looks sick. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, enough talking. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
I could eat this all day long.
Damn, that's good.
That's really good.
Damn.
It has like a savory / crunchy, I don't know.
The texture is the best part. I love the crunch that you get as soon as you bite into the steak, and it's different than this deep fried.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's good.
That's damn good.
On the
Try
steak,
that.
on the sauce?
Try that. Oh, man.
Oh, that is incredible.
That is delicious. Wow. Now here's the big question. Which one is your number one?
This one.
Wow, which one is your number one?
That's crazy because for me, I really like the creaminess of this one.
I didn't think this was gonna happen, but I'm gonna have to agree with Leo.
Wow.
This is delicious, man.
It's so good.
You know what? You guys can have that one and I'll eat this one.
That's fine.
I'm so okay with that.
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.